boss. What is going on? My name is Akasan.
What's up, Super Crew? It's me, DC-san. Good to see you back. Who?
Back who?
Back. Who?
Back what?
Good to see you back. Who?
What
Two
is
different
that?
things.
Who?
Who is it's a military thing.
Like hoorah.
Yeah.
Moon Knight.
Well, yeah, because Moon Knight.
Moon
Knight.
Knight.
He was in the service. He was what?
Was he really?
Ex-Marine.
Really? Okay. I don't know anything.
A lot of his backstory, given every character gets an update, but the short is like he was either an ex-Marine or ex-Army, like Special Forces, that kind of stuff. Became a mercenary, make ends meet, so on and so forth.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know anything about random. The only thing I know about Moon Knight is literally he throws knives and he says random bullshit go. But I heard that's fake also. And then there's also the Eminem one where Venom is jumping him and he's like, why do I hear Eminem music? Like that.
That's funny.
That's it. That's all I know about Moon Knight. He like I vaguely remember him a little bit in the big Marvel Comics crossovers, like when Spider-Man had something like it was like apocalyptic in New York. And so Moon Knight would show up and like, hey, I'm doing something, and I'd be like that. But that's pretty much it. So whatever
He's
versions,
one of those characters where, depending on who's writing him, he is seriously OP. He's badass, or he looks cool, but they don't do much with him.
like that.
Like he can take kind of he can take a lot of punishment, but then it's like, now what do you do with him?
Okay.
So it depends on who writes it.
He
can be a very interesting, compelling character. So I'm actually interested in seeing what they do with him.
Yeah, I just kind of took him as kind of like not necessarily white Batman, but
that
kind
is
of
how
Batman, Spawn,
kind of looked at him.
Yeah, kind of like that. But like Marvel tends to do this a lot. It's like kind of take DC archetypes, but then make them crazy, like the Sentry. You know?
Yeah, the Sentry was basically schizophrenic.
Right, schizophrenic Superman or something like that.
Yeah.
So and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just it's interesting. So, white Batman. Here we go. Egyptian Batman. Let's find out what's up here. That's about it. And they used a really good trailer. I mean, Marvel does not miss when it comes to trailers. Like using Kid Cudi was amazing. That was some beautiful editing there. Same with the Miss Marvel trailer. Yeah.
Music wise, it also, especially for someone that doesn't know much about the character or know anything about the character, you still get a feeling like the character or his mind is like day and night, two sides of the same coin. So it's like, which one are you going to get? Or is the person, stable?
Huge cast too.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge cast. Ethan Hawke and Isaac Hayes.
Isaac Hayes,
everybody. If
Isaac Hayes shows up in this bad boy,
this will be a banger, dude. Like, yeah.
No, Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, Oscar Isaacs. Yeah.
I like him. That's literally the reason I was interested in seeing this show. Wouldn't matter what the character was because of Oscar Isaac. Because I like his acting.
Fair enough, yeah.
And because he has a really good way of
making
his characters seem different.
Of Star Wars. I'm all over the place, man. I almost said Spider-Man.
It's excitement. It's excitement.
X-Men, not so much, but Remember?
Yeah.
People tend to forget he played Apocalypse. I mean,
Yeah, I was trying to forget because he looked like Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers. Like,
I feel bad.
Atrocious.
I feel bad because he's a guy that's really popular.
It's not his fault.
He's a good actor, but he'll sometimes just get attached to some roles where even he probably regrets. Like,
or he's like, well, it was a paycheck.
Right,
Questionable,
exactly.
But the studio made me do it.
Well, welcome to Moon Knight. All right, well, full reaction is available on Patreon, guys. It's very rare for me to get into to watch a Marvel series that I know nothing about.
It's true.
So,
but then again, most of the stuff they have released, we kind of knew what it was because it was somewhat tied to the films that had come out before it. Where this one is,
that's what I'm happy about. I'm happy.
I'm happy because it feels fresh.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna find out all about it. The latest reaction to the beginning of Moon Knight starts now. What he said. Elden Ring. Elden Ring crafting. Ooh, Ethan. Oh God.
What is he trying to make amends for? Method acting, ladies and gentlemen. I guess to keep up appearances since he's got the cane. Good God. No one's going to notice the blood?
Jesus kicks. Get them now.
They're a cut above the rest.
If you have to walk a mile in my shoes. I'm feeling this. I feel like we're getting ready for like something really big. Really important. Ah, yes. The typical morning.
All right.
I've been there.
Is that sand?
Maybe because when you're sleepwalking, you'll realize something's weird. I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure it's a trigger for sleepwalking.
Yeah, for sleepwalking.
Because I had to do this with my brother as well. Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, that was disrespectful.
Ooh.
Crap.
This big metal hook, right? And you'd go up the old nozzle and all the organs would come out except for the heart.
And did it suck for you? Getting rejected from the field of reeds?
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
Even
No, you're bloody useless unless you're actually doing what you're paid to do,
Oh, snap.
which is to sell these.
And here comes the love interest.
Hello.
I'll see you then.
He better be asking her out.
Stevie, you're absolutely...
I'm very curious, this particular shooting, because this actually feels like movie quality. Like I'm watching an actual movie, not the pacing of a TV show. Very interesting.
The what?
the Ennead, you know, like the super group of Egyptian gods. You know, you got Horus, Osiris, Tefnut, Shu.
So close to an Avengers joke. People of YouTube, I really want to know, does anybody have a job like this? Dickhead bosses.
We've all had at least one job like that.
Dude,
What?
no, if somebody talked to me like that, I'd be like, yeah, jig out. Jig. It's the mummy. He's really good, though.
Yes.
I have ankle restraints from a bit. Oh,
Like,
we'll
he's
see
got me
you.
convinced just a little
I'm like,
bit.
dude, either way, I'd be like, here's a tip, dude, because
Right.
that's cool how they did that shot.
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I was thinking him trying to stay awake makes him go to sleep. Oh, shit. Wow.
Sorry.
And
Is
his
his
jaw
jaw
is
broken?
dislocated, yep.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
His accent's gone, too.
Go back to sleep, worm.
Hello?
What?
You're not supposed to be here.
Yep, I completely agree.
I think his powers are from the gods. What?
Hello?
He fell out of that window.
Wow.
I'm so confused. Is he in
It's
the Alps?
it's really simple, dude. He's playing Elden Ring.
Right?
Like, he just warped. That's all. What?
There's a lot of armed guards running
Right? I was
around.
gonna say he's in. Did he just show up in the not the proving? What do they call that?
Living coin. Is he
The,
in Germany?
What's the movie where they kill everybody at a certain time? Is that Tobey Maguire?
Is the face of a good man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm with you,
I'm
bro. I'm
with you,
like,
like it totally.
Looks
The
scary.
proving? No, God, that's gonna bother me all day. What movie am I thinking of? She did. Bye, Aunt May. Aunt May classic.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she's gone.
I'm sorry.
Everybody. Whoa!
It's back.
What? Yeah, he is, actually. You know what?
Oh,
A
wow.
game like this would be kind of funny.
It would.
Trying to retrace the steps. What? You sure? You sure it was just a nightmare?
That was not a nightmare.
Are you mad? The fish is wrong, the time is wrong, you're not quite right.
Don't blend that fish. He's
What day
probably.
is it today?
Sunday, sir.
No.
Bro, all this could have been solved with a smartphone. I'm just.
I mean,
saying,
you were
like,
holding one.
Like seriously, like.
Okay.
So weird. Oh no. Damn, steak and chocolate. You won't be on the toilet all night.
Right. That'll keep you up for 5 hours.
How to stay awake.
Who do you think I am?
What do you mean, who? What's wrong with you, Mark?
I think it is split personality, like really severe. Cause
like day and night.
The symbiote, whatever, the moon spirit said, give the body back to Mark. Sephiroth is coming. Oh,
yeah, nope. Like,
why do I hear boss music? Yo! Whoa, 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 whoa!
Thank you.
What?
By even her own avatar.
Avatars. Blue people. Love that film.
By Avatar.
Anime.
Stephen.
The anime.
All right.
Yay!
nice.
Little bugger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought
Wow. Oh, wait,
Oh.
what?
so.
Yeah, boy.
Time to start running, bro.
I have to say, I really like how practical the effects are.
Hmm.
Very simple stuff like Ghostbusters.
Or the Mummy.
You need to give me control. Do you understand? What control of what? What are you talking about? Let me save us.
That's cool.
It is. Hieroglyphics in there.
Yeah. It's morphin' time! Okay.
Oh!
Holy shit. Oh! Yo! Oh! Oh!
On vengeance.
Alright, so there you have it, folks. That is the beginning of the Moon Knight.
Yeah.
For me, one of the best looking, probably the best. I maybe only rivaled by WandaVision, possibly. Loki had a
but
pretty
also
strong
different.
opening as well, though. But I
Loki
felt
had-
like we've said before, Loki. It's connected, so there's it feels like a continuation of
Yes.
something else.
Yes.
Whereas I think
Which isn't downing it, but
right.
it has a different feel
WandaVision
to
felt
it.
like something like you're
somewhat fresh.
because we were just confused the entire time. Like
What is this?
Yeah,
What's happening?
Moon Knight did really good well, and I really feel like this was supposed to be a movie. And
Because it
then
doesn't feel like a it
no,
doesn't
it
feel like
doesn't.
a
It doesn't even
TV
feel
show.
like shot like a. But it's the only thing that makes any sort of indication that I might have been a movie or a shot for a TV show is just the way it ended. It ended on a perfect note, like
the way it ended, and one other scene for me, the scene when he first meets the dude with the glass slippers, and he's surrounded by all those people. It reminded me of the shot in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
The Purge. That's what I was. Oh my god, that took forever. The
It
Purge.
took
That's
the
what I was
entire
thinking.
episode.
Like I was
I'm
like
just
the
messing.
happening, the
Right.
consequence, the killing, the prestige, and I'm like the Purge. Finally,
Purge.
that's what it was.
Wow.
That's what it reminded me of.
It reminded me of Captain America.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me, Falcon and
Falcon
the
and
Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier.
When they're
Captain
dealing with
America
all
and
the
Winter Soldier.
when they're dealing with all the followers and how people are interacting with the potential
one world,
bad
one
guy.
people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it had that kind of feel to it, also because of where it was shot, almost like it's
Fair
in
enough.
a square.
Fair enough.
But that's not a knock. It's like, okay, that lets us know that it's potentially tied to this universe without it being in that universe. The aesthetics for this show, phenomenal.
Very
Music,
well done.
phenomenal. The acting, phenomenal.
Theme song, the opening and the ending. Like
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, I'm not trying to knock Hawkeye or even Captain America and the Winter Soldier or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but like that. This is look like some high level Westworld Kingdom. I believe it was called Kingdom. Kingdom, like those intros where they go to those.
Oh yeah, where they go into the
they go to these studios that make some really grand,
really
like,
big, over the top.
Yeah, productions.
Black Sails.
Black Cell, same thing. So yeah.
I'm wondering.
Even Game of Thrones.
Do you think it's because over time they have, not that they don't have confidence, so this isn't a knock, but that they have more confidence in shooting for Disney Plus as opposed to just shooting for a film, because the way you approach is a little different. So you're putting a little bit more of a budget into it because, hey, look, we've done this and we realize it does work. So let's go ahead and keep this going and progressively build on it. Not so much that you're throwing even more money into it, but it's handled a little bit differently.
I believe you are correct in that. Is that like this is in some ways? Would you say this is kind of like the sophomore year of Disney Plus, so to speak? It really is, right?
It really is.
I think you're absolutely right in the fact that it's like, look, okay, we got all our MCU bunk. It sounds bad when I say it like this, but our like C grade, D grade sort of actors, are characters that we can make, and we're gonna put them on this show, and they're gonna take it because they need the money or whatever they want. They'll take the job. But we proved ourselves that we're a viable source of being a network. So now here we go in our second season. We got Obi-Wan with Ewan McGregor. Like, you got to even think about the fact that the entire ranking, the casting, is completely different now.
And it's what I like is that it's literally across the board, because it's like what you were somewhat leading into is like, yeah, they start off with already established IPs.
Yes.
Old archived movies and TV shows and things, so they can flesh it out and say, hey, look, Disney Plus has all the old stuff and something new and things that are coming up. Now that that's already been established, you have people on board. It's like, okay, now it's like after watching all of our Avengers characters with their standalone movies, that's basically their orientation movie.
Right.
Then they get their own actual feature where there's story going on forward away from that. This feels like that. Well, now that it's established, let's go away from all that kind of stuff and build on.
I'm pretty sure they were like, look, we proved ourselves, and now it's like this is working, and we're gonna get some high grade actors.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying like I'm not trying to say that Sebastian Stan and Falcon dude, I can't even remember his name right now. Ouch.
Oh, I'm gonna make you work for it.
No, you don't know. Yeah, that's the problem. I honestly can't even remember his name. Right? Thank you, Anthony. I'm not saying that they're talented actors, but Oscar Isaac, Ethan Hawke, Ewan McGregor. That's kind of a different level caliber, and definitely a different pay grade, I'm sure. So that's the way I look at it, like this, like
interesting.
Because I know because. But to me, that's the way, because in some ways, I guess, if you look at I know we just started ragging on some of the roles that he's done in the past, Oscar, but he's still, I would say, considered caliber sort of franchise actor.
It's like with his acting,
right?
He's done both franchises and he's done standalone epic films. And the other thing is, like, a lot of the characters he portrays, he does a really good job of playing a tortured character.
I think so. Yeah.
Or a character that's trying to overcome something, if not make amends for something, or a straight up villain. I
was very impressed. No, I'm really impressed because I think everybody did a really good job. Even the side characters were even that kind of bitch boss or whatever. It just felt like we were watching a movie, to be honest. So I want more of this. I really like.
Chase, did remind me a little bit of Hawkeye. There was one part where the CG was there, and I understand why, because what happened to the vehicle was so horrible. It's like, don't put no stunt person in that. That's just bad. So I get that, safety's first. It reminded me of Hawkeye, but I also kind of liked it because it made what was going on fun, considering those henchmen are not walking away from anything that's happening.
So what are we? Because there was a little bit of a reference in there, and I'm pretty sure it's.
Avatar?
I wouldn't say it's obvious, but I do feel like yes, there is one body as a vessel for multiple people, entities, and probably we've met 3 of them so far. There's Steven, then there's Mark, and then there's whatever God is talking, who's like the overlord of all that. And it's kind of similar to Avatar, where...
Yeah, because I actually don't remember the name of the god that imbues Moon Knight his powers.
I'm pretty sure that's the one that's narrating right now,
That's the one
right?
that's narrating. So I'm
They
wondering
said it,
if
but
it's
yeah.
Okay, he's there to help try and prevent Ahmed from coming out.
Do you think he's one of the 9 that he was talking about?
That's the other thing. Is like I think so.
Is he one of the 9?
At least in this storytelling, I think he might be one of the 9.
Because that's
what there's 7 that's out there,
right?
And 2 that aren't.
But I think that's also what kind of Ethan Hawke was kind of saying, that Ahmed was betrayed,
right?
But by the Avatar, by the vessel,
by the
person,
that's
which might be different.
Possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
So my question is, like, if there are 9 gods, which he mentioned, for the storyline there are 9 gods, only 7 are presented, right? The other 2, what if? In the opposite direction, what if one of them is the one that gives Moon Knight his power?
I agree.
And the other one is the one that's actually sided with her.
I agree. Yeah.
But he had to stop them at that point in time to prevent whatever was going to happen. So later on, we'll see her, that extra god, and fighting Moon Knight.
Do you think that Ethan Hawke's character is similar to the fact of Moon Knight, or more of just a apostle for Ahmed?
I think he may start off as an apostle.
Okay, but
and then,
might be granted some of Ahmed's
because
powers
he would see that he's as the
truest,
the truest and the most loyal.
What do they call those people?
Acolytes?
Is it an acolyte, or like the ones that prove themselves the most to be the vessel of? They're not like sacrificed, but they give their body over to. Maybe it is.
Sacrifice.
No. They're the ones that they're like, take me. Like, I'm not sacrificing myself, but I've proven myself to be your vessel, or something like that. Maybe Avatar. Yeah. Okay. It's all good. Yeah.
I look at it as.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those where I think his character will evolve.
Okay.
Because if you look at it from the 2 sides, Mark's character has to evolve to some point, right?
Yeah.
Ethan's character also.
Well, you almost ruined this entire show for me by mentioning Venom at the moment. At the time.
Oh, well, but that's the thing. It's like I wasn't even thinking Venom at all. I was thinking Spawn.
When they were having a conversation with each other, like Eddie. But the split personality part makes up for it. Seeing seeing Oscar Isaac as Mark talking to Steven worked better for me. So I'm feeling that right now. It'll be interesting to see how far does this go.
That and also thinking, well, maybe they have Mark separating his psyche so he protects himself from giving up information,
like
or for giving up this scarab,
right?
Kind of thing.
You might be right. You might be right about that. I wonder how long is this book for? God, I hope it's not only like 6 episodes.
If
or
it's
something.
6 episodes, I'm stopping at the 2nd. I'm joking. I'm obviously not going to do that.
I mean, to be fair, if it's 6 episodes, I'm fine with that as long as
it plays like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm good.
As long as every episode is done really well, then sure, why not?
We've dealt with a lot of shows in the sand recently.
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
We're about to go to the next one. Yeah, Obi-Wan. Yep, with Obi coming up too. Ooh, I hate sand. All right.
It gets in everything.
So the only other question I'm wondering is like, so who's doing stuff in Steven's life?
I think
the
Goldfish.
Goldfish. So Mark is going to get the goldfish and doing all that kind of stuff. He doesn't look like that kind of person to be doing that.
To try and keep up the persona of a normal life, where Steven can't handle a lot of things that's going on.
Maybe.
He's a bit frantic, so Mark is doing those things. So when it's Steven's turn,
right,
Steven can continue living a normal life because he seems a bit of a shut-in.
You think Steven has a phone? Apparently not, because he didn't even know what day it was.
Well, yeah, he does because he was using it. But that's the other thing. It's like because of his issues with sleep and memory, he shuts himself off from people because he doesn't
maybe
know
maybe
how
he
to
just
connect.
doesn't even acknowledge the dates and times and things like
Yeah,
that.
because if you look in his you look in his apartment, he's very analog.
Yeah. I
So-
thought the same as well. Yeah,
That's cool.
that is true. He has no internet or anything like that. So yeah. All right. Well, there you guys.
Those as being distractions.
There you guys go. You know, I think there was a little nod to Jurassic Park as well, just a little bit when he was talking with that kid and the whole hook thing. Reminds me of Alan and the Velociraptor intimidating the kid because
I was literally thinking the Mummy too.
Okay, what part?
When the wife gets captured. Well, I enjoyed the second one. She gets captured, and they actually go to the museum to rescue her.
Okay.
And as they're there, and they're basically bringing back the villain's love interest, you see the shadows of the different hooks and people being torn apart as he's being
Those were some good
reborn.
movies back in the day. I just
were.
remember The Rock and the bad CG at that time.
That was
But
bad.
hey, you know what? It gave us the Scorpion King, which was
is
no. I thought it was the dumbest but most roller coaster ride type of movie. Like, yeah, I wasn't looking for.
Oh, you mean the spinoff?
Yeah.
Scorpion King.
The
Oh,
Scorpion
okay.
King, Yeah. It was just like some weird roller coaster. It looked like a live action Universal Studios stunt show or something like that,
Yeah,
which
it
I
was-
thought was fun. I was like, all right, Rock, do it.
I'll give you that. But it was
Yeah.
like, wait, is he the good guy or the bad guy? It doesn't matter. Heads will roll.
People's eye roll.
Right.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Till the next one. We'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.